What's up, YouTube? Don't forget to save, aka Sam, back at you. TGIF, guys. Thank God it's Friday. Hope everybody's having a great Friday today. And speaking of Fridays, we're on to the subject of Friday the 13th and continuing on my review of every movie in the series. Now, there's a asterisk next to that. I'm sticking to the movies that I own on the physical media. So that means no Jason X and no remake. But I might talk about those in October. So if you're looking forward to that, let me know in the comments down below. While you're at it, drop me a like, subscribe if you haven't. Guys, we're going to keep this going all October long. I'm going to be talking about horror. You're going to be sick of hearing me talk about it by the time I'm done. So anyway, with all that said, guys, let's jump into this. Friday the 13th, Part 7, A New Blood. Let's get into it. Release date, May 13th, 1988. Now, fun fact, the original working title was Birthday Bash. And the reason that that was that way is because by this time in the series, it was so popular that once people figured out, excuse me, that people were working on a new Friday the 13th movie, they would be all over it. So they made the title for the script Birthday Bash. It was directed by John Carl Buechler. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. So we go on down to the cast here. Now, here we go, guys. Now, I know you guys are what you guys are thinking, Sam's gonna bash on Kane Hodder. No, I'm not, actually. Give me a chance and I'll explain. So, but I will say that aka Kane Hodder, aka Stinky Voorhees, give me a hashtag Stinky Voorhees. Anyway, I had to, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Kane Hodder played Jason. This is his first time in the role as Jason. Lar Park Lincoln, otherwise known as her actual name, Lori Jill Park. We'll get to her in a second. She played Tina Shepard. Terry Kaiser played as Dr. Cruz. And Kevin Blair actually played as Nick Rogers, and Nick was the love interest to Tina Shepard. There's more, but those are the highlights. I just stick to the notable, the main characters and stuff like that. So, okay, so going on to Lar Park Lincoln. She played Tina Shepard. Basically, the plot is that set years after Part 6, and she was basically the Carrie. Imagine Jason versus Carrie, and that's pretty much what this movie is. She has telekinetic powers, and she accidentally revives Jason, who's at the end of Part 6. Spoilers. Was chained to a rock at the bottom of the lake, and so she accidentally revives him, and he goes on a killing spree. She's there dealing with her. She accidentally, when she was a young child, she used her telekinetic powers to accidentally kill her dad. Her dad was kind of a character who was a bit of maybe an alcohol problem there, and there was family issues going on, and so. And she was, she wasn't aware of her powers before that, really. At least that's the insinuation. So, so she uses those to basically she kills her dad, not meaning to. It kind of just came about, I guess. Again, that's kind of the impression I get from the movie. So yeah, that's kind of the plot there, and then they get the teenagers partying and having sex, and of course Jason doesn't like that. So there's your plot. Now I want to go on to Kane here real quick. You guys think I'm going to bash on him, but I'm not going to. Actually, as I was watching this movie, I will admit that Kane was a hell of a guy, man. When it comes to this, he actually was a stunt coordinator for Part 7, actually. And in the where they're fighting, him and Jason and Tina Shepard are fighting. She used her telekinetic powers to attack him and stuff, and she unscrews this gas cap and throws gas on him, and there's an open furnace next to him, and catches him on fire. That burn is probably one of my favorite parts in this movie. I have to give Kane Hodder props. I don't, I look up to all these guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't have wanted to get Kane's autograph. And this is one of the reasons why he was a damn good stuntman. And I will never knock him for that. And again, I have respect for everything that Kane did in the business. I'm gonna be honest about that. But we'll get back to Kane at some point. Don't worry about that. So, Lori Jill Park. Now, there's she was in a lot of stuff. She was in Knots Landing. She actually did an episode of Freddy's Nightmares, the TV show. And I did discover in doing research for this review that she's fighting breast cancer. So, that's if I can find her on here, I'll try to reach out to her. I care about all these people, guys, that were in these movies because I grew up watching these movies with my dad, and they mean a whole lot to me. Maybe some people say they mean a whole lot to more than they should to me. But you know what? I care about each and every one of these people. I try to reach out to them. I didn't go into this, looking to bash anybody really. I look up to these people. Without Friday the 13th and Freddy and all that, my childhood would have been a lot worse than it was. So, I give props to where it is due. I give credit where it's been earned. So, with all that said, guys, I hope you liked my little review and rant here. Friday the 13th, A New Blood. I would recommend watching this. It's like I said, it's Imagine Carrie versus Jason. And, if you have watched this already, watch it again. It's worth a rewatch. All these movies are worth a rewatch. So, with all that said, guys, I hope you like my review. Drop me a like, leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Until next video, guys, no live stream this Friday. So, I don't know. I might take the weekend off and, catch up on the movies or whatever. So that way I'm ready for beginning of October, guys. Big time in October. Until next time, guys, love your hobby. It will love you back. Peace.